But my point today is, and how do all these things link together? And how does it link together with prophecy? Well, it links together with prophecy very closely. And some people are like, oh, prophecy, but they'll go by the book of Nostradamus after 9/11. But they won't look at the prophecies that are being fulfilled and that have been spoken, that are actually being fulfilled and have been fulfilled. No, let's throw that out. Let's throw that out because it has to do with the Bible. And it has to do with God. Well, nobody wants God. They're their own God. That's on them. You can term God however you want. Many different cultures term God this, God that. No, I'm talking about Yahweh. I'm talking about the creator of all things. The source of all light. As I'm listening to the scientist, I'm kind of dozing off because I'm tired. And suddenly I see before my eyes, in this dream state, a gigantic mountain that is erecting up out of the earth. And it just grows up before me. And it was not the normal color of a mountain. It was black onyx, like a black stone. It rose up before me, and at the very center of this mountain was the image engraved in the mountain of Baphomet. And there were many that had risen up upon the lap of this Baphomet, this mountain. And I looked up and I realized it was enormous and gigantic. And it was taking over this whole area. And I saw myself and others with me scaling off the lap of the beast, or of Baphomet, and climbing back down the mountain, stealthily climbing off of the lap of Baphomet. And I was like, whoa. I shared it with my son. And I went, there is a beast kingdom arising, and we must crawl off the lap of Baphomet. As well as, in case you didn't know, December 26th, the day after Christmas, there is going to be an eclipse in the Muslim nation over Mecca, over Indonesia, over Saudi Arabia. It's actually going to cover that whole region. And it's not going to be a total eclipse. There's going to be a crescent light left. Do you think that that is not a sign in the heavens? I don't know what it all means, but I will tell you. To have a crescent-shaped light, a crescent eclipse over the Muslim nation, over Mecca, at this time, is significant. And I did receive a prophetic song in which I saw the crescent moon and one star, and there were no other stars in the sky. It was complete darkness. And I sang over Israel, and I saw bombs drop, and then I posted that on a few posts back, and then the next day it happened. 6,000 jihadists stormed, and then the following day there was there were bombings, and they went and knocked out the jihad leaders and on and so forth. Then bombs were being dropped in Israel, and we heard nothing about it here in America. Anyway, so to me there's things going on that are profound, and even in Genesis it said that God had put the signs in the heavens of times and dates and seasons. And we must come to understand what's going on in the heavens and the anomalies that we are seeing have a meaning. And I received this after I was just singing. I received this. I don't know if it was a song. I don't even know how to describe it. And I will tell you at the end of what I read something that was very bizarre, and I took it to heart. Though other people mocked, I took it to heart. And it was in regards to a patient that I have that was on his deathbed, and what he was saying and what he saw. And as we walked out the room, some of my closest friends I actually work with, and they said, that sounds like what you're saying, based on the things that I'm discovering from from reading about science today, what's going on in the solar system, the asteroids that are crashing close to the Earth, and people are like, well, that's always been happening. Well, it very well may have been. But I think that we're on the verge of something changing, and I will tell you exactly the words of this dying man when I'm done reading this. Okay, I see torment break forth upon the sun, a glowing orb reduced to sediment, insurrection. Death star, black death phenomenon. Open, warped, now cold, ripping back the sky, winding back time. A change in paradigm. Planet star collide, flashing fireflies across the night as the red moon dawns. Falling upon the earth with forceful fright, brimstone, blood and ice. Fractured course, gravity pull, backwards counter opposite interval, tilted axis, time stands still. Filled up now the cup of trembling, spilling over upon humanity. Over the edge we are, and into the unknown. The two pillars stand, dark fortress has grown, arising the black obelisk, Baphomet temple, and Dragonon. Checkered squares, polished shine. I see Shiva dance upon. Repugnant and putrid swells, spilling over the edge. Muddied is the pristine marbled floors that swine now trample on. And they say it's so beautiful. It's the most beautiful color they've ever known. And they say it's oh so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The colorless, beautiful, black, infinite, cold. The prisms of light now bleed, and black rushes in to swallow these. The bow that reigns above the archer, upon white stallion rides, shattering into splinters the ceiling, covered dome, and the ancient ones arise. What is new comes from the old. What is new comes from the old. I expect during the passing of Nibiru, which we all will be very aware of, whether we believe it or not, we will see and know about this binary planetary system, and with the tale of Nibiru will also arise the disclosure of the Titans, the Anunnaki, the Rephaim, the Nephilim, the Pleiadians, whatever, the aliens, they will arise to establish the beast system. And the desperateness of humanity will embrace it. They will be looking for an answer. They will be looking for a savior. And And those who don't embrace this new utopian savior will be hunted down. And we will be called the blasphemous ones. We will be called the traitors. But like I said, there is a silver lining to all of my dark visions, to all the things that I see and that I hear and that I write. Because Christ, the King of Glory, the true Savior, will make his stand. And those who align themselves with him will live forever. Oh, a few days back I had a patient who's dying manifest. And he told me while I was in the room that there were two angels at his feet. And they were telling him that we're in a place where nothing's going to be the same, and that time is going to change, and that the earth is going to spin backwards and like a rubber band flip forward, and we're going into a different portal, and nothing is going to be the same. And he was hallucinating, as what I believe, but yet in a place where I was listening to him and what he was saying, and I was like, gosh, it kind of goes along with what I've been studying and what's going on with the pole shift and with the crustal pole shift that's going on in the earth and Nibiru. And he was telling me all these things, and he's like, please call NASA and tell them this is going to change everything and nothing is ever going to be the same. And he literally told me there was two angels, one at his right foot and one at his left foot, that were telling him about these things that were coming. And that there's an open portal and a paradigm, and it's never going to be the same.